We've got to talk about what happened yesterday. It's everywhere. President Trump, he had a made-for-TV moment. As I'm sure you all know, the president left Walter Reed from the Golden Doors Medical Center last night after a 4-day stay. He took Marine One to the White House, where he climbed the portico stairs up to the Truman Balcony. That is flanked by flags, as you see there. Then in front of all the cameras, the president removed his mask while on the Truman Balcony. Other video seems to show the president gasping a bit for air after climbing the stairs. He also appears to be wincing in some pain. The president's doctors did say he's not out of the woods just yet. President Trump tweeted about his plans to leave Walter Reed, telling Americans, quote, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life." Well, then this morning, the president compared coronavirus to the flu again, saying, quote, "Many people every year, sometimes over 100,000, die from the flu. Are we going to close down our country? No. We have learned to live with it, just like we're learning to live with COVID." Now, I want to let you guys know that it has been tagged as of this taping by Twitter for misleading and potentially harmful information. A lot to unpack here. A lot went on. I feel like we lived 2 years in one day. Jeff, what do you think of the president's return? First of all, we're very all glad that he's okay. And do you think he's downplaying the virus and the mask removal? How do you feel?
I mean, you asked me 15 questions in one. You know, there's a lot to unpack here. My thing with Trump is, like, when he climbed up those stairs, look, he's trying to rally his troops. That's his moment. He's in production. He did The Apprentice. He knows what a moment is on television. He tried to capture that moment yesterday by that visual of him outside the White House. That being said, what he said on Twitter was absolutely unacceptable. You cannot have people who don't know their way in the world looking to the president for advice and him telling them, listen, don't be scared of this virus, meaning whatever you were doing before, if you were not wearing a mask, continue doing that because you shouldn't be scared. You should be very scared of this virus. And the only way we're going to contain it and control it is if we all work together. And if you have leaders of our country telling you that wearing a mask or whatever you're doing, you shouldn't be worried about it because our doctors are so good, that's insanity.
I completely agree with you. And when he physically removed it was when I visibly and audibly gasped. Linz, I just want to get your take. You've seen him as trying to rally his base and speak to those people. Did he step in it in this photo op and really say something, as Jeff said, insane?
I mean, the idea of don't let it dominate your life, I think, for the nearly 210,000 people that died from coronavirus in this country is really absurd, because I don't think a lot of people chose to have coronavirus or chose to pass away. And so they didn't allow it to dominate their life. It almost took over. And so he was one of the lucky people that is healthy again and able to stand up strong for the country, which is great. But to say that what everyone else went through is rendered kind of their choice because they let it dominate their life, I think is offensive, especially to so many people that have lost people, not being able to access anybody, not being able to see their family during this time. And I just want, like I said, my main thing from the beginning has been we need an organized plan to tell people to stay safe. And if masks even work 10%, I know they work a lot more than that, but even if it was just 10%, it could save some lives. So why not all do it? And why not rally your base to wear masks and protect themselves?
Right, why not do that? To me, it was a missed moment of a president standing there saying, I've learned a lesson, or I've understood it personally, and I'm going to offer a change. And when he took the mask off, I thought, that's the wrong message. That's just the wrong message. Al, we got some comments here that I want to get your take on this. Some people loved it, okay? So Alex on Twitter said, this is the first time in our history that Americans have ran and hid from a disease. Code of Vets on Twitter says, we have destroyed millions of families financially with this shutdown. We will work through it and recover, but it was unnecessary. Now, Annie says he looks completely whipped. He should have stayed in the hospital. And Hillary says, talk to some epidemiologists, please. This is insane. 1 million or more could die. So really strong. What was your take and reaction?
Well, you know, I actually want to comment directly, and this is the first time I'm hearing that comment that said it's destroyed the economy. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. A lot of major companies, Carnival Cruise Lines, the LA Lakers, Ruth Chris, they all got huge payouts, while the small business and just Americans in general got one stimulus check. Some people, like our own Sam Shocker, that has a personal candle business, did not receive any funds. I feel like Trump missed his moment, not this weekend. It was 5 months ago. I think Trump forgot on what he ran on. it became, yes, attacking the air quote libs, but he also, don't forget, in those Republican primaries, eviscerated those candidates because he said, I'm not going to be those same Republicans. And when he had his chance to not be one of those same Republicans, to say, no, I'm going to make sure Americans get their stimulus and make sure they're financially okay to stay at home through this, he missed the chance to do that. He did not pay anybody their money except for major corporations who always get their money, and here we are. Wow. So I think that comment was erroneous by that woman, because ask Carnival Cruise Lines, ask Disney World, ask the Lakers, ask Kanye West, who got, I believe, $5 million.
Wow. Well, we appreciate that. And here at DBL, we want to advise our own Dr. Coley to please wear your mask. The science and the coronavirus still exists, whether you believe it or not.